All right, we're live. Boop.
There you
Well, yeah, we're on. Hey, on the right there, we have a little chat thing. You can click on chat over there, and you can see the comments coming through. So we're waiting for people to pop on, I believe. But it's Thursday here at Armed Forces Brewing Company Joint Base Command Center. And boy, look at the team on here today. Couple new faces here. First of all, Brewmaster Bob is off doing some other stuff today. He's off brewing some beer. Paul Myers just popped on, afternoon crew. What's up, Paul? So we have producer Heather is like here in the flesh on screen today. Usually she's behind there, responding to comments and all that kind of stuff. She decided to come on because her hair looks fucking fabulous. and so Heather's here, producer Heather, and we have, he's the Texas State Sales Manager for Armed Forces Brewing Company. Mr. Chad Ellis is in the house with us. Chad, direct from Texas. How's it going?
Good. And no comment about my hair. It doesn't look fabulous. Fabulous.
It looks fabulous, but we're going to discuss your ball cap here later on.
Oh, there you go.
The show. Anyway, we're waiting on some people to pop on here. So if you just popped on, shoot us a message so we know you're here. We know Paul Myers is here. Tell us what state you're from. And sometimes it takes a few minutes for it to get out. We're live streaming on the Armed Forces Brewing Company Facebook page, the AFBC Twitter page, on YouTube, and on my LinkedIn page, because I think I have like 14,000 followers, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I have no idea what they follow me either. Let's see who we got popping on here. Paul's in Virginia. Paul Myers. Kevin Torrance. Kevin in New York. Hello. John. How close are you guys from meeting your $7.5 million goal? We are halfway there, John. Over halfway there. How are sales going, Howard Long Jr.? Sales are going well, Howard Long Jr. We have Chad Ellis, our Texas State Manager, here in the studio with us today. He's going to talk about sales in Texas here in a few minutes, because Chad's going to update everybody on what we're doing in Texas and how we're doing.
Hey, look, somebody from Arlington, Texas. Welcome in, Joseph.
Nice. Semper Fi from Lexington, Kentucky. K.O. Roberts. Knockout Roberts. Massachusetts in the house. Okay, some more people are popping on here. See, now, if we would have posted our social media, producer Heather will actually be showing her face in the studio. There'd be like 300 people on right now.
Don't lie.
There would be, though, Heather. There would be. Auburn, Indiana. Scott Diggs in the house. Scott's here. Scott Diggs in the house. Anyway, so a lot going on, as we know. First, we've been saying our prayers for everyone down there in Florida. Hoping everybody's okay. I know you're digging at and bailing out of the aftermath today. Our national sales director, John Galanti, wanted to join the studio today for happy hour. He lives in Jupiter, Florida, on the East Coast. Just above West Palm. He is driving over to the west side. He's been on the phone and on email with our distributors down in Florida, making sure they're doing okay. If there's anything that we can do as a company for them. Hardest hit in that Fort Myers area, Sarasota, and a little further south, hardest hit. But everybody seems to have weathered the storm pretty good. We've got that November 1st launch, right, Chad, in Florida?
In Florida, yeah.
And we're still working toward that date. And our prayers are going out to everybody in Florida and hoping you're safe. And working through all the obstacles there, down power lines and cell service and all that good flooding, all that good kind of stuff. Wow, it was pretty tough. So now me, I'd be out there on the porch with a beer in my hand, kind of
That's
like,
what I was doing during Harvey. No offense.
bail out. Yeah, exactly. Western Mass. See, Heather already. Howard Long Jr. Heather's hair does look great. It does. It looks great. Oh, well, okay. Heather was nice and messaged back. Thank you, Howard. Keep those compliments coming, you guys. K.O. Roberts. I said that. 75 from Lexington, Kentucky. Must be a Marine. Awesome. I think we should toss all the emergency responders to Florida, Paul Myers says. There's a lot of responders going down there to Florida, I think, to help out with this. At least I hope they are. Anyway, so again, if you just joined us, welcome to Happy Hour. In about 4 minutes, go and grab an adult beverage. Chad, what do you got?
We're going to do a toast preamble.
Huh?
A preamble, naturally.
You're doing preamble.
Well, you can have a few of those.
Light lager.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm doing a cat shot today. Nice and cold. You can see the sweat on that baby. Ooh. Heather, what do you got? What are you drinking?
I'm a bad employee. I don't have any of our beer.
You don't have any of our beer?
I have empty cans.
You practically run the company and you don't have any of our beer. Okay.
I have a arrogant bastard.
Arrogant bastard. Oh, okay. She's lashing out at all of us, Chad.
I know.
All the trolls.
All the trolls on the internet. Woo. Yeah. So yeah, speaking of that, all the trolls on the internet, we put the F-bomb video out today. This morning.
Heather likes that Japanese beer.
Yeah. So we're gonna toast in about 3 minutes to I'm gonna actually crack mine open and pour it in a glass. And we're gonna talk with Chad Ellis, our Texas State manager, sales manager for Armed Forces Brewing Company. Producer Heather is here live this time around. And we're going to talk about, we just got back from the SOTS, Special Operators Transition Foundation golf tournament in Nashville, Tennessee. What a great time that was, helping raise money for the SOTF. And we just happened to run into Kid Rock there. Woo. That's pretty cool. So we got to hang out with the American Badass. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes too. I gave him a special Armed Forces Brewing Company gift that he seemed to like. And I know he walked away from the tent with a preamble beer, but that was kind of the last that I saw of him after that. I think we were so flipping drunk after that I'm totally kidding. No, I'm not kidding, but I am. Anyway. We got more people popping on there, producer Heather. So we're live streaming over on LinkedIn, Armed Forces Brewing Company Facebook page, Twitter, and YouTube. All right, let's we got some more people popping on here. Shall we play a video? Let's play a video. Why not play a video? Let's do it.
To own a business with military veterans that's proud to employ veterans? Your investment in Armed Forces Brewing Company will help us expand across the USA. For veterans,
for patriots,
and for everyone who loves America. Create jobs for a great American veterans.
To make more great American beer.
Invest in Armed Forces Brewing Company today.
So if you haven't invested in Armed Forces Brewing Company, you can do so. We're going to have producer Heather's going to put the link in chat. Man, $10 a share, $200 minimum buy-in. Join the team. Curse like a sailor. Drink like a like that. That'll be the argument. You know, which branch drinks the most beer? I've heard it all. What about you, Chad?
You know, I don't know. I didn't serve, so I couldn't tell you who does.
I don't.
I would
didn't
guess
either,
Marines. They just seem like they, party hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
they do.
my son's in the Army, but he's not old enough to drink, technically. So
Technically, isn't that amazing? They can go off to war and put their life on the line at 18, but they can't have a beer. It just blows me away. Anyway, huh?
Technically. Just like I didn't drink while I was in college. So.
Yeah, right. I think I started in high school, actually.
My parents might be on. I won't say
Heather came out of the womb drinking, so she's a Maryland girl. Pounding crabs, drinking beer. Yeah. All right. Salute. Shall we toast to our troops and our veterans? Let's do it. And first responders and everyone in the great and free state of Florida. We salute you. Have a drink. Yep. God, I love Cat Shot. I don't know. I mean, I love Preamble too. Cat Shot's just got this. I don't know.
A lot of flavor.
It really does. Anyway, so everybody, once again, welcome to Happy Hour, 17 under Happy Hour here at Armed Forces Brewing Company. In the house, producer Heather, and we've got our Texas State Sales Manager, Chad Ellis, has joined us. Chad, you're in Texas. What city are you in?
So I live outside Houston. I live in a small town just south of Houston, Texas.
Gotcha. So you have been in this industry for a long time. Let's give the folks a little, you are a veteran.
So I started when I turned 21, I started in the wine industry, and I've done retail, and I have done distribution, and I've done supplier. I spent 16 years selling beer for one of the beer distributors here in Texas. So I would say I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. It's fun. Get out there, talk to people.
Absolutely. And we'll let everyone know, everyone in Texas has their favorite team.
Yes.
And we post, you're texting us photos. Hey, look at this. We're tailgating.
Yeah.
We're tailgating. And look at it. Here's our beer. I got our beer. But those are coming from what school?
Well, Kyle Field, Texas A&M University. I'm out there for every tailgate. My youngest goes to school there. So we sponsor a couple different tailgates out there. And, what's really fun is when I do the Aggie Federation tailgate, I get to meet a lot of the players' parents. They hang out there. Yeah. So
is that every game or is that Texas Federation?
Well, it's the 12th Man Foundation's Aggie Moms Federation tailgate that sponsor. So I wouldn't say, not every game. I've seen 2 different games. I saw just different parents who were up there watching their kids play ball.
You've sent some pretty cool photos there, dude. Like military trucks pull up and all that kind of stuff, right?
So
it's a sight.
That is actually our main tailgate that we've been going to for years. So they own a deuce and a half, I don't know, a big military truck that we actually have a kegerator in the back of, pouring beer. And then they also have a 1960s fire truck they park out there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That'd
it's really
be cool.
And we're in the same spot every year, every game, every year. They pay college kids to get out there at 6 a.m. on Friday morning to stake it out. So, yeah, we have fun. We got a couple of TVs out there. So you go to the game or you sit out there and watch the game, whatever you want to do.
Nice. Aggies are 3-1?
They're 3-1.
Okay, so make some predictions here. What do you think? First of all, who are the 4 teams that you guys have played so far?
So they beat Sam Houston State.
What I'm getting at is you haven't played Texas yet.
We haven't played Texas. We won't play Texas for a couple more years. But no, we beat Sam Houston State. Yeah, so Texas got their feelings hurt when A&M went to the Southeastern Conference a few years ago and refused to play A&M ever again. And up until this year, when they begged the Southeastern Conference to allow them to join them this year, or so they'll be in the conference in 2025, and they'll go back to playing each other.
Wow.
So, yeah, those Longhorns, they think they own the world.
But they're not good. They haven't been good. I mean, I guess they were good back when in 07, 08, 09, something like that.
Well, they played the national championship game in 09, and since then it's been kind of downhill.
Since then it's gone downhill. It's like my Huskers. Suck.
Hey, and I'm an Aggie fan, and I can talk trash all I want, but it's not like A&M's won the championships. So I'm not going to deny that. It's coming though. I got a feeling. Maybe not this year, but down the road.
So we had a great question from one of our viewers here. How are sales? How are things going? So give us the State of the Union for the great and free state of Texas, because we're in 197 HEB supermarkets. Yeah. And I know for a fact you have been pounding the pavement all over Texas. Tell us about it.
So you're right. We're in the sets at 198, the new one up in Frisco. We're in that set too, by the way. I think we're in 183, but total we're in about 260 accounts in the state of Texas. So whether it's a convenience store, liquor store, bar, restaurant, we're in them. Growing it, Draft, our distributor just brought in kegs a couple weeks ago. So I'm out there trying to hit up Draft accounts. We're getting into BJ's Brewery, possibly Twin Peaks, which is a really fun restaurant down here in Texas. Yeah. We're up at, a huge one up in Dallas area called Jay Gilligan's. They're right down the street from AT&T Stadium. Hey, I got to give them a shout out. They
Absolutely.
So that's a really big account for us to get into. And we're growing it. I've got some events set up in October and November in Dallas and in College Station so far, and just every day I'm adding one or two new draft accounts. So
Chad, we're going kind of back and forth. You were filling me in on the Jay Gilligan's up there in Fort Worth, right?
It's in Arlington. It's actually spitting distance to AT&T Stadium.
Gotcha. Because the word is not confirming anything, but the scuttlebutt is that Rob O'Neill is going to be at the Armed Forces Bowl this year, representing Navy. If we're thinking of doing something in that area. If that's the case, we'll see. We'll see. But we'll see what happens. Maybe we can
it'll be fun.
Yeah. Go have a beer at Jay Gilligan's.
Yeah.
Over there. So what other we kind of launched first in San Antonio. That's kind of where it all started when we got into Texas, but you're all over the place.
Yeah, I'm all over. I mean, we're mostly east of I-35. So if you know Texas in any way, shape, or form, I-35 comes down through Dallas all the way down to the Rio Grande Valley. 80% of the population of the state of Texas is east. Well, I won't say 80, maybe 75% is east of I-35. So that's where Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, that's where they're all at. And I say east, Fort Worth is considered east of 35, or that population mix, even though they're west side of 35. So I'm really been concentrating on those areas. It doesn't mean that we're not, we're in Fredericksburg. We have a liquor store there, and HEB out there. We're in Killeen, where Fort Hood is. We're in that area. But really I've been concentrating on the east side of 35.
Gotcha. Shall we talk Texas food? What's better than with a beer than
the barbecue?
Fucking Texas barbecue.
Absolutely.
It's totally the truth.
Absolutely.
Totally the truth.
So what's great about Texas barbecue? You don't need barbecue sauce.
Man, I'll tell you what. Who has the best barbecue in Texas? Who, according to Chad Ellis, who really has the best fucking barbecue in Texas? Who? Where? Where can we get it?
Gosh,
Big
there's a lot
question,
of
man.
choices. I like Black's and Lockhart is really
Yep.
good. Killen's Barbecue and Pit Room in Houston are really good. I'd hate to. I can't say who has the best. They're all so good.
So down there, you're
If I
not
say
using a lot
one
of
is somebody else can be upset. You know what? Who's got the best barbecue?
Who?
The tailgate that we do every IE football game. How about that?
Okay, there you go. So what makes it so great?
I'm
so
just
awesome?
kidding. No, I just what I like
I'm leading
about
up to
Texas
something.
barbecue.
I promise.
No, what I like about Texas barbecue is you don't need sauce. It's got a lot of flavor. You got a lot of smoke flavor, and it tastes good without the sauce. Ribs, they're just incredible.
What? Because they rub it down so well there in Texas. They rub it down and cook it the right way.
They cook it the right way, long and slow.
What about? Okay, so you don't need barbecue sauce. What about hot sauce? Anybody ever? I mean, we do have Texas Pete. That's been around since I was a youngin'.
Well, that didn't even sound good. No, hot sauce is big down here, but not necessarily on barbecue. I use a lot of hot sauce in breakfast tacos.
Do you?
Yep. I love dousing my tacos in hot sauce.
So I need to send you a bottle of Rob O'Neill's Top Secret hot sauce. Is that what I need to do?
Send it down. I'll take it. I'll use it.
I've been dying to get this stuff for months from Rob, and I don't know if you've seen it on his social media, but this is the new civilian grade. There's no way I can handle the professional grade, the military grade.
Oh, it's that
hot sauce. I mean, I saw our very own Darren Burnett McBee try it, and he about keeled over and died from it was so fucking hot. Yeah. So I just literally got these when I got back from SOTF. I had 6 bottles of civilian grade. So I'm gonna try this on some eggs in the morning. Maybe I should do it on a Saturday. That way I'm not out of commission on Friday if it's hot.
I'm interested to see how it tastes. My son
No, I'll send you a bottle is what I'll do. Yeah. I'll send everybody on the team a bottle so they can have this stuff and try it. Civilian.
Well, I'll try it out. If it's too hot, I'll send it to my son so you can have some flavoring on his eggs.
Okay. Does he like spicy stuff?
Oh, he loves spicy stuff.
Yeah. I like it. I just can't, I'll die.
Well, do it in moderation. You don't have to pour half the bottle on your food.
I know. I don't know. We'll see. I will have a lot of beer standing by. That's for sure when I go and try it.
IPAs. Drink special hops when you try it. It cuts through the spice.
Yes. No? Yes. No?
IPAs make it spicier.
Really?
Sometimes. Yeah. If you drink an IPA with spicy food, it actually makes your food spicier.
I heard the opposite. Maybe I'm wrong. It won't be the first time I'm wrong. I promise.
Yeah, your life will get really spicy after 3 special hops IPAs at 6.7 ABV too. Life gets pretty spicy. That's for sure. It'll get even spicier after a 12.0 or 13.9 or whatever ABV Bob's going to make Neptune's beer at.
That'll be
good. He gets
good.
done with that one. So, speaking of that, 19.2s, Chad. They're huge in Texas. 19.2 ounce cans, single serve cans. They're huge down there.
Yeah. If you go into HEB, it's like going into a convenience store, but with craft beer and 19.2s. People love them.
I couldn't believe it. When I went in there, they have whole cooler end caps full of 19.2 single serves.
Yeah.
Because people in Texas like things big and they want that single serve. And the price point's great too at a single serve.
It's a great price. So you're usually looking $3 to $4 a bottle or a can for a single serve. Yeah.
Yep.
And when you talk about just like the Arrogant Bastard that Heather's drinking, that's $3.49, $3.99 a can at 7.5%. People enjoy it. And they'll have one more. They'll have one of those and a bunch of other stuff.
again, for those at home, producer Heather is sending a message out to the social media trolls. Drinking that beer today. A matter of fact, I saw Heather. I saw on your story this morning.
Oh.
I know. I wish we could get up on the screen. That was so funny. Hi, what was it? I'm smiling this morning. Thanks for making my morning.
It said, "Dear trolls, thank you for letting me laugh every day," or something like
yeah,
that.
something like that.
For giving me a laugh.
So what time do you get up and get on our social media, Heather, to check out all that stuff? Because you're like on it.
I'm
in the morning.
About 5:30 in the morning. I allow myself to have a cup of coffee. I usually get on around 7 a.m., if not earlier, and then I'm on it for most of the night unless I'm drinking, and then I have to put it away.
Yep. I mean,
my comments will get really funny.
Yep. So just so you know, trolls, Heather's out there snapshotting your nasty comments, and she's got them all in a Heather folder to use for later. You know, we've laid down this whole raw videos series that we do where we throw these comments at Rob and McBee and Ray Cashcare and Gretchen, all of our veterans on the advisory board, and then they comment on them. This morning's video was kind of funny because you know it talks about the F-bomb and people talking about how we used Amber Miller, you know. She's hot and all that kind of stuff, and sex sells and all that kind of stuff. So it's funny because again, Heather snapshotting those things, and she's keeping a whole record of that kind of stuff. Now you had just the nastiest dude come out today. This morning.
I ended
Tell us about nasty dude.
So he apparently didn't like our beer or us.
Yeah.
And commented on it. So I allowed him to.
Chris, if you're out there, we're talking about you, buddy. Chris.
I allowed him to have his opinion, but then he went to our page and just started commenting on everything and spamming it. So then I blocked him.
What was he saying? What was he saying?
Just basically, your beer is crap.
Yeah.
You know, fuck your company.
Beer sucks.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. Go fuck yourselves.
So I blocked him because he was spamming and commenting constantly on everything to everybody. He emailed me.
Yeah.
And told me that our beard sucked and how dare we block him and go fuck off.
Yeah.
That was at 8:00 this morning?
Wow. Good way to wake up.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Listen,
and you
mornings.
know what? Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? It's a free country. It's a free country. You can say whatever you want. But, you know, chains are picking us up, and we've got, you know, over 5,800 shareholders who love our beer, and everybody seems to be loving the beer, Chad. I mean, what are you getting from Texas? From the
I have yet to have anybody tell me. I've yet to have anybody tell me they didn't like it. Let's put it that way.
Well,
so I mean, I've done demos at grocery stores. I've done giveaways at tailgates. I've done, you know, I've got a, I'm going to do an event in November for a golf tournament, and everybody I give beer to, nobody says, "Oh, I don't like it." Nobody even says, "Oh, this isn't for me." Everybody likes it.
Brother, you're a veteran of the beer industry. You would not have taken a position at this company if you thought the beer sucked, right?
Amen.
I mean,
I would
you've
not.
got a great palate.
And there's well, I wouldn't say great, but there's a lot of bad beer out there, and I don't feel like this is one of them. So,
yeah, awesome. So tell us a little more about HEB. That's the big dog in Texas, there, man.
So HEB is, they are the biggest grocer in Texas, and they're not even in the Dallas-Fort Worth. They just opened their first store in the Dallas Metroplex last week. So they've got about 100 properties up there they haven't even built on. So they are a monster for a company. You know, they've been in Houston since the mid-90s. They're really just Austin, San Antonio for the longest time.
Wow.
But they're big, and you go in their grocery stores, they're 100,000 plus square foot stores. They've got wines on the shelf anywhere from $5 a bottle to $300 a bottle of wines. They've probably got some stores probably have, I don't know, 500 SKUs of beer. It seems like. I mean, they just have
Wow.
they're huge. They're big.
I think we're all pretty excited to, what's coming out for the company, the future of the company, especially with our pivot to printed cans and offering 6 and 12 pack box packaging. That we're going to look so much different and better on the shelf here very soon, and being able to compete more with the big boys, especially in the great state of Texas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And, and honestly, all of them are selling in the stores that they have them. I mean, not everybody has Cash Shot and Special Hops, but the ones that do, they're moving.
I'm looking at chat here real quick.
Sorry, I was reading that from Dennis.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah. So anyhow, but they're everybody, I mean, whether we have Cash Shot and Special Hops, everybody likes them. So, and honestly, when I do demos, that seems like the one people ask about the most.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, preamble still's great. Everybody loves it, but then they start asking about the Cash Shot and Special Hops.
Let's see. Let's go to some comments here. Hi, Mark Hughes. Scott Diggs again. Navy. Gas Monkey Bar. Anybody heard of that? Gas Monkey Bar? Paul Myers, explain what Gas Monkey Bar is. We'll have to Google that. Some crazy guy, Eric Tomsky. Hi, guys from New Jersey. Hey, from New Jersey. It's Eric Tomsky. Yeah, we know him. Hey, forget about us. Eric Tomsky. Beer is great, says Eric Tomsky. He should know he's bought a lot of goddamn beer. Great. So if you got any questions, everybody, put your get into chat there. Ask a question. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're from Texas and you got a question, we have our Texas State Manager, Chad Ellis, is here with us on the show. Eric Tomsky.
Oh, I see where Gas Monkey Bar is. That's a bar and restaurant in Dallas. I wasn't familiar with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Gas Monkey.
Next time I'm in Dallas, I'll pop in there.
That funky monkey. Oh, that's Brass Monkey. Sorry. If our beer's not in your store in Texas or anywhere for that matter, go to the package store manager and ask to carry our beer, Armed Forces Brewing Company beer.
Apparently, it looks like that's what John did. John, did you buy that up at the Market Street in Frisco? I just saw that. He said he went to Market Street and see if they would carry our beer.
I see that.
That's a I think that's part of the Albertsons chain.
Chris Rose, we do not have distribution in Wisconsin yet. We're working on it. We're a contract brewing company, and we contract brew out of Florida. And the mission here with our Reggae public stock offering is to raise capital to go and acquire an existing brewing facility on the East Coast so that we can start brewing our own beer. Now, as you all know, we're selected by Walmart and Sam's Club at their open call. And so we're going into their spring sets in about the end of March or beginning of April, somewhere around that time. So we're gearing up production, contract brewing, and we can, scale out to more states and scale out faster if we're able to produce our own beer at our own brewing facility, as well as be a profitable company that way. So that's what we're working toward with building our shareholder base and building that capital. That's what, this whole thing is about. What's he got here? Oh, wow. Hey, that's a great point. Thanks, Scott Diggs. Wish list, Auburn, Indiana. So VFW. Chad, there's just a ton of VFWs and American Legions down in Texas. It's such an awesome veteran community and active duty community there in the great state of Texas. We're looking forward to getting into those VFWs and American Legions there in Texas and and doing a lot more events there.
Trying to schedule one at the VFW in San Antonio. Was that Post 76? Those guys are supposed to be bringing in some beer.
Yes.
So,
great.
Yeah. The
Great.
White House.
Yeah. And if you're looking for a place to buy our beer in Texas or any of the states that we're distributed in, you can go to our beer locator page. We'll get producer Heather to put that link to the beer locator in the chat for you. And don't forget, if you don't live in a state that we're distributed in, we have an online ordering platform through Yanni's Wine Store in Virginia Beach. They ship to 41 states, right, Heather? Is it 41?
Yeah,
I think.
Yep.
And you can look on their shipping policy guidelines on their website to see which states they don't ship to. I think they have those on there. Sorry, Mississippi. Sorry, Utah. Sorry, Hawaii, Alaska, and I think you're out too. Let's see.
Utah, South Dakota, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Kentucky, Delaware, Rhode Island, Massachusetts.
Damn.
And Alabama, they can only ship to an ABC store.
That's right.
And they have to go pick it up.
That's right. That is right. John Casey says, Chad, Dallas Air Show, November 10th, 11th, and 12th would also be a great place to sell during that event. Wings over Dallas.
Yeah, that's Veterans Day weekend.
Yep. Cool. All right. We're hitting that halfway mark. It's almost 5:30. And speaking of beer and distribution and what states we're in, let's play a video, shall we, for our folks out there.
Crap! Joint Base Command Center, I'm out of beer!
Ray, Major Ed is really, really thirsty. He needs a drink of preamble.
Roger, coming in heavy.
Fire the preamble!
Fire! Hoorah! Mission complete. I need another one!
Aim a little lower.
Do I have to aim a little lower? Let's take
Yeah.
All right.
Fire!
Oh, that hurt me looking at it. I only have one to spare!
Sorry!
It was Gretchen's fault!
Yeah, join the team. Help us get our own brewery. Go and invest in Armed Forces Brewing Company. You can go to www.ownarmedforcesbrewingco.com and check it out. It's a really super easy process. This is an SEC qualified Regulation A public stock offering. Your personal information is secure. No, you are not. You are not investing through Facebook. If you see one of our ads, you go directly to our website, and there's an entire FINRA certified team on the back end helping you out there. So go and invest, join the team. Over 5,800 investors in our company. And speaking of that, we've got a big event coming up, folks. We have a big event. And it's November 5th. It is at the Americans in Wartime Experience Tank Farm in Nokesville, Virginia. They've got like over 100 operating military tanks from all theaters of war and other military vehicles down there at the tank farm. It is a magical place. I was there Saturday for their open house and got to see it in full swing. You guys, it was so cool. They had reenactors out there. They have American tanks from World War I, World War II, Korean War, Kosovo. They've got some Russian tanks out there as well. And it was kind of interesting. They had tents all over the place with these reenactors, you guys, and they had a little Russian village, and they had with male and female Russian soldiers dressed in World War II uniforms, Russian uniforms. It was pretty cool. They had a flamethrower out there. They did some Marines behind a tank, doing a reenactment of flushing out a bunker. It was just so cool. And that's where we're having our Rally Point 2022 annual shareholders event. So we're going to have great beer, great food, and have tanks out all over the place. You know, like we see in the video, you can take a shitload of selfies with tanks. Chad, you haven't been there yet, but you're going to be coming up for the event. The whole team is.
I'm looking forward to it.
And Heather, you've been there before
3 or 4 times. Yeah.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, obviously we shot a lot of video out there, so we got to spend a good 2 or 3 days out there and getting to know the incredible team out there that works on these tanks, and the administrators as well. Dennis Brandt, the CEO of the Americans Wartime Museum, Alan, of course, the founder and owner of the tank farm and the vehicles out there. What an incredible collection. So anyway, it's Rally Point. It's coming up November 5th. You got to get your tickets. Tim Montana live on stage, country music artist. That's one of Kid Rock's buddies. He's live on stage. I mean, I like his music, man. He's a rocker. He's a country rocker. And then our very own, and I talked to him this afternoon, our very own Navy veteran and patriotic rocker, Dave Bray, USA. If you guys don't follow him on social media, you need to. You can find him. Just Google Dave Bray, USA. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him everywhere. This man never is nonstop. He's going to every veteran and first responder association event around the country, singing the national anthem. His band's playing. He's helping raise money for all these organizations. It's amazing what he does. He's such a patriot, and he's going to be on our stage and emceeing the event as well. So it's just going to be a great event. You got Heather, you want to add anything? You're helping kind of planning this thing a little bit.
I'm doing a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you want to answer Scott Diggs' question?
Sure. What's Scott? A Scott Diggs question?
Scott Diggs question.
Just kidding, Scott. We love you. Let's see what's he got. Scott Diggs question. Yes, it is Scott Diggs. Absolutely. Handicap is accessible without a doubt. Without a doubt. Absolutely. Hey, Randy. Who else we got? It is really easy to join. Yes, it is, Scott Diggs. Mike Majestro's on. Wow. Hi, Mike. Who else we got here? John Casey. Okay. Guys, throw some questions in there if you want to, or sound off what state you're from. My God, we had people from Ireland, I think, last week.
Yep.
Baby. Live streaming on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Anyway, Rally Point, go get your tickets. Heather, you want to put the ticket URL in there in chat? Tickets are $30, folks, and that's not bad. Not bad at all. We're going to have a good time. Or you can go invest in the company, become a shareholder, and get in for free exclusively from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. before the general public. Now, we're not going to share our team here in the studio. We're not going to share the details of everything, but we've got some wow factors coming in just for the shareholders from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. just for that part of the event. We got some cool wow factors. Of course, we're going to talk about the state of the company, and some presentations. Rob, our partner Rob O'Neill, will be there to speak. Major Ed Polito will be there. Our advisory board members. We even got Chris Page. Chris Page is on our advisory board. You can see his profile on our team page. He's flying in from Stuttgart, Germany. He's over there hunting bad guys. He's a squirrel, so he's hunting bad guys. He's coming out, flying in to hang out with us for Rally Point. And you never know who's going to come and show up. So it's just going to be a great time. That's Rally Point, November 5th. And real quick, I'll tell you what, why don't we just go do it? Let's just go do it. Boom. Here.
This is Armed Forces Brewing Company, and we do things a little bit different.
Do you like beer, hanging out with fellow patriots, and tanks? Of course you do.
All Armed Forces Brewing Company investors are invited to an exclusive event built around those three things. And the general public can come too. Meet the team. Try pre-release beers.
Hang out with veterans and special operators like me. Eat kick-ass food.
Listen to awesome music from Navy veteran and patriotic rocker Dave Bray USA and country music artist Tim Montana. And take a shitload of selfies with tanks.
For as little as $200, you can own real stock in our great American brewery.
Join us for Rally Point 2022 at the Americans in Wartime Experience in Northern Virginia.
You don't want to miss it.
The general public can buy tickets and join us at Rally Point after the shareholders only portion of our event.
$5:37, the team in the house. It's AFBC 1700 Thirsty Thursday. We're doing it every Thursday, live happy hour. You never know who we're going to have on. Producer Heather's on today. A very rare occasion.
Yes.
And yes, and our Texas State Sales Manager, Chad Ellis, in the house. Chad coming to us outside of Houston.
Yep.
Cool. So what are some... Let's go back to some of the events in Texas. What are some of the big ones that we're going to be excited to get into in Texas?
Well, I mean, naturally,
down the road
the
here.
biggest one I can think of. I mean, I'd love to try to work a magic and get into Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. That's a massive event.
Yeah, baby.
40-week-long thing going on down here in Houston. And of course, San Antonio and Dallas probably have, I know Dallas or San Antonio has their own rodeo. I'm sure Dallas does too. Potentially something with Texas Rattlers, maybe.
Nice.
Up there in Fort Worth, working on something with that. And then just a bunch of just little bar events. I mean, I'm going to be giving out beer at a golf tournament, the Texas Team Foundation, coming up in November after Rally Point. That's a Special Forces group here in the Houston area. So
nice.
Little things like that.
But you've got some tastings coming up.
Tastings. I'm sorry.
No. That's the gravy on top of the meat and potatoes there. Tell us about the tastings as well.
So I've got 60 tastings scheduled at HEB starting October 9th through November 12th.
Nice.
So they're spread out. I mean, none of them are doubled up. They're spread out throughout the state. So some will be in Austin, San Antonio, a couple in Corpus, quite a few in the Houston area. Unfortunately, nothing in the Dallas area yet, since their first one really just opened up last week. So I couldn't get them on the schedule yet. I've got a couple of trivia nights and pint night type things scheduled up in College Station in October, and one in November. Got a event scheduled up in Fort Worth at Shaw's Patio Bar and Grill, October 22nd and possibly November 12th for Veterans Day. So just
So
little
you've
things
got
like
a
that. keeps us
ton of
going
stuff
here.
going on in
Oh, yeah.
Texas. We need
You know,
a
it keeps
we
me-
need a calendar just for our Texas shareholders and Texas fans to go out and
Yeah.
go to
And-
these things.
And not to mention, I mean, I have beer at every, like I said, every A&M tailgate. I'm out there with that. So I'll be out at the bonfire that doesn't exist anymore up in College Station. I'll be out there.
What happened with that?
OSU weekend, huh?
What happened with that? The bonfire?
Well,
that doesn't
so
exist?
unfortunately, in 1999, there was always student-built bonfire on campus, and it collapsed. So
Uh-oh.
it's no longer on campus. It's no longer
Uh-oh.
authorized by Texas A&M, but it still goes on off campus. And there's a construction engineering firm who runs the building of that. So they still do the bonfire.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my baby girl, who's a freshman at A&M, is cutting down trees right now. Well, not right now, but on the weekends. So she sent me a picture. She goes, "I got a blister." I was like, "From what?" Swinging an axe. I'm like, "Well,
Swinging an axe." I love it.
So,
oh my God. Speaking of cutting down trees, we were going to ask Heather about what's going on in the background there. You've got this wall of we call it the rainbow wall, the wall of Post-its. Lots of different colors there. And believe me, that wall is half the wall of Post-its is half the size of what it usually is. What is all that stuff, producer Heather?
This is how I keep the company organized. And based on the colors is different departments. And then I can keep up on all the guys to make sure they're getting their shit done.
Yeah. Shareholders just spit their beer out right now.
I'm afraid to ask what color I am.
I refuse to tell anybody their colors so they know. And they freak out that they're the longer list.
Yeah. She keeps us organized, believe me. And as much as we want to be a green responsible company, we need Post-its right now. Let's see. Got questions from people coming in here. Let's see what we got. How do I move up a tier as an investor? All you got to do is go back into www.ownarmedforcesbrewingco.com and just invest again. The back-end team is going to add your investments together and get you up to that next perk level. Make sense? Let's see. What else we got? Oh, I see a Texas there. How have the beer sales been in Texas out of the gate? Have you exceeded expectations?
I feel the beer sales have been actually really good. I mean, there's always room for improvement, but I feel like our distributors been doing everything they can to get beer out there and doing a great job.
Yeah, let's just say we just launched not too long ago, and every time they come and order beer, they're ordering more and
A little bit
more and
Mhm.
more and more. So yeah, that's super exciting.
Absolutely.
Super exciting.
And like we've got a real strong push on draft with our distributor
Yes.
here in Texas. So I think here in the near future, you'll start seeing more and more restaurants and bars popping up with Preamble.
Well, go ahead. I know it feels like we might be being redundant on some stuff, but go ahead, pop some of those names out of draft accounts that we've got in Texas.
So right now, up in Dallas, Jay Gilligan's is a big one. Shaw's Patio Bar and Grill up in Fort Worth, Houston Republic House and Nobi and Jay Henry's Craft 96. They brought our beer in. VFW Hall in San Antonio is bringing it in. They're slowly coming along. I mean, I've worked out a deal, with BJ's Brewery. We can sell. They're more than happy to help support us with our product. I'm trying to work out a deal with Twin Peaks. So, I mean, we've got, some, unfortunately, when we start talking about chains, sometimes they take a little bit longer than just walking in the door, knocking on the door and asking if they want to bring our beer in. Sometimes it'll take, a couple months, which is what's kind of happening with a few of them. But a lot of independent accounts, they enjoy it, they like it, and they're ready to bring it in as soon as they have an open spot. So if you've got I saw somebody put on their Gas Monkey Bar and Grill up in Dallas. I'll be happy to stop in there next time I'm up in Dallas to check them out. And if there's, you can go in and ask your favorite bar about it and let us know who it is, and we'll go out there and speak with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or even liquor store or convenience store, wherever you happen to shop.
Sure, absolutely. But we're not just in HEB stores.
No.
Total Wine as
Total
well,
Wine.
right? Yeah.
Total Wine. And then we are also in a bunch of convenience stores, just independent convenience stores.
Awesome.
They're all on the beer locator.
All right, I got a question here I have to answer, or this person is going to get mad. William Mayer, where do you anticipate building your brewery? Annapolis area. Well, William, I don't think we're going to build a brewery in Annapolis. I think we'd love to have a tap room, foodery in Annapolis somewhere, sometime. But actually building a brewery, not in Annapolis. But we are looking on the East Coast. And we have some interested governors that have come to the table, and economic development departments that have come to the table, and would like to open discussions and move us to their state. So we'll see. I can at least say that.
I will say Texas is very brewery friendly. If you're
very,
you'll just have to put up with a lot of heat.
Because it's hot in Texas,
it's very hot in Texas. Yeah.
Like San Antonio was blazing over the summertime.
Oh, yeah. I was in San Antonio in June. It was like 110.
Yeah.
You usually want to get out of the truck. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny because we went from San Antonio right to Austin, which is 45 minutes away, right?
Right.
And it wasn't as hot in Austin as it was in San Antonio.
Well, you were up there in April, weren't you?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was April or May.
Yeah, because that's when we met, I think, was up in April. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. In Austin, it was really cool. I don't know if maybe a front was coming through or something. I don't remember.
Gosh,
I remember it was cool. It was nice out.
Here's what happened. I went to Austin and married my daughter off because she lives in Austin. And then I went back up. Was it June that we met? Chad?
I thought it was April. It may have been June. It might have been June.
It might have been after that because John and I met you.
Yeah. Well, I thought we met in April, but I think you did come back up here in June.
Yeah, I think so too.
In June, it was really, really,
so
really
busy.
hot.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
We've been all over the place.
Yeah.
All right.
June was miserable.
Yeah, it was hot.
It was end of April.
Hot. Oh, was it the end of April? All right.
April. That's what I have in my calendar.
Producer Heather has again.
It's on a post-it
all
note.
the notes. She knows what flavor of gum we all chew. Yep. Yeah. Let's see. What other questions we got here? I'm looking for a few here. I think we've answered most of those.
Scott just sent one. Here, put it up on the screen.
Can you sell our beer at Base Commissary?
We were working on that. With
yes.
and whatnot. Yeah.
We are. So Scott, if you go into our beer locator and you put in, I guess they can search Navy Exchange, can't they, Heather? Nexcom or Navy Exchange?
Yeah,
or
one
AFI,
of them.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in some military exchange stores in Maryland and Virginia, and we're getting ready to go in multiple stores in the state of Texas.
Yes.
But we're dealing with the top leadership of those organizations, I should say. And the commissary, Scott could be talking about DECA, which is the grocery store section of the military. And for what I know from DECA, they piloted in 11 DECA stores in Virginia. That was pre-COVID. I don't know if they continued beer and wine sales in those grocery stores in Virginia or not. We're actually looking into that. So we're not sure if they're going to scale out beer and wine sales into all of the deca grocery stores around the country. But we're working on it. We're working on it hard, diligently. Scott Diggs. Use that beer locator. Okay. That's pretty cool. Let me see here. What else we got on the agenda today? Oh, I guess, we could talk a little bit about the golf tournament we were just at, Special Operators Transition Foundation. We went there to Nashville. What a great city Nashville is. It was like New York City on a Sunday afternoon. The stadium, the Titans were playing, so that stadium was full. And then downtown Nashville was full. Every 3-floor honky-tonk club, bar, restaurant was packed. Every store was packed. The streets were packed. It was 11:30. And those bars that you can pedal? You get your group of people and you pedal on them, and you go out there, like 5 of those going up and down the street at 11:30 on a Sunday. I was like, I kind of like this place. And then we did, so we were there on Sunday afternoon. Then we did the golf tournament the next morning to raise money for the Special Operators Transition Foundation, who does incredible work for transitioning operators coming out of the military. I heard some testimonials from some of the success stories of those operators, and they're just super grateful for the SOTF and all the donations that people give to that foundation. It's a great golf tournament. We got set up and everything. We had the team there, and lo and behold, guess who came by the tent? American Badass himself, Kid Rock, came by the tent. We got a quick picture with him, and he grabbed a preamble and picked it up and drank it. Now he was walking away, and he continued to drink the beer. I didn't get to talk to him that long until later on. I grabbed a preamble tap handle that said "We the People." He came out with that "We the People" video just a while back, and gave him one of those. So he's like, "Oh, this is cool. I'll have to put it on my kegerator at my house," something like that. And it was really great to meet him finally in person. And we just had a blast. Rob O'Neill there. It was a great time. Good time. People loved our beer. Huh?
I was going to say Craft Brewers Conference is in Nashville next year. Just something to think about.
Awesome. Oh, we'll definitely be there. Without a doubt. Definitely be there. Such a patriotic city, full of patriotic people. So that we'll do well there. And we want to get in, distributed into that area as soon as possible. Let's see. Oh yeah. Scott Diggs is following up on his question there. He's asking about the AFBC in San Antonio is what he's asking about.
So we're not there yet. It is on my agenda of places to go to. We just got a vendor number for our distributor for the AFBC. But Scott, you can tell your friends there's a couple of HBs near. Are they at Randolph, or are they? I guess that's the question. Are they near Randolph, or are they near Lackland? There are a couple of HBs near both bases that have our beer.
Yeah, we'll gradually be in those, Scott.
Yeah,
we will. All right, man. Well, Florida, once again, we're thinking about you. Stay safe down there. And, we're planning that Florida launch November 1st into stores down in Florida. I think we're already signed up with ABC liquor stores. I think we've got some draft accounts at ale houses. I think we're going in about 10 to 15 of those, somewhere around there. And lots of other stores signed up for Florida. So that's coming up. You guys got any closing thoughts, closing words? Chad, anything?
You said you're we're saluting or cheering for or not cheering, toasting the people of Florida and what they're going through. We also ought to, thank the Cajun Navy out there helping out and all. I think they said there's like 40,000 linemen just lined up, ready to go to restore power out there. So that's something to think about too.
So what's the Cajun?
The Cajun Navy. So, naturally there's a lot of storms along the Gulf Coast. The Cajun Navy is a bunch of, for lack of a better term, rednecks from Louisiana that own bass boats that help do rescues when there's flooding. Because, the coastal Louisiana is all swampland.
Yeah.
So those guys know how to maneuver during some rough weather. So whenever there's a big storm, they they were down here when Hurricane Harvey hit Houston back in 2017. They're out in Florida to try to help do rescues. So,
wow,
they're just, like I said, they're just a volunteer group of guys, and they call themselves the Cajun Navy.
Heading over
guys
to
and
Florida
gals, I should say. Let me be politically correct. There's ladies out there, but yeah, they go out there and help out.
Nice, awesome.
So in times like this, the first responders are overwhelmed with the number of people that may need to be rescued. So those guys go out there and help out.
All right, Heather, you got any closing thoughts? You want to send a message to trolls out there that you're going to see in the morning?
No.
No.
It makes my morning.
I know, it is pretty fun. Actually, trolls. No, anyway, our life would not be. It wouldn't be boring with yeah. You make it.
I like when I leave the comments for like a couple of days, let it simmer, and then our shareholders get on top of it and they go after them, and then I just like watching the battle. So
it's fun. It's so fun to watch.
I don't block often until you start spamming our account, then I block you. But a lot of times it lets you have your opinion.
Yep. Yeah, you're kind of on a troll mission if you're going from one account to the other. Your beer fucking sucks. Your beer fucking sucks. Saying the same thing. And then you literally email us and tell us the same thing and tell us to go, like that. That's just kind of.
Yeah, I've gotten quite a few emails that basically like, fuck you. And just go off on it.
Yeah.
Like, good for you. Thanks.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You can't do anything about it.
Nope.
Yeah.
I take a screenshot and then we tell the guys on the team, and then they make fun of it.
Yep. Absolutely. So we're gonna leave everybody with one final thought here. Don't go anywhere yet. Here, watch.
Oh, don't skip this ad. I'm talking to you, recruit.
This is Armed Forces Brewing Company.
Brewed for the free in the home of the brave. America deserves great beer. Join thousands of others who've already invested. Help us hire more great American veterans to make great American beer. Invest in Armed Forces Brewing Company today.
Those are always fun, and I can't wait for Major Ed to beat, Rob and Major Ed and McBee and, advisory board members at the Rally Point event coming up. So invest in our company, join the team. And on behalf of the team, another great happy hour, fun time.
Absolutely.
And more to come. You never know who we're going to have on. So on behalf of the team, have a great weekend until next time. God bless this great company. God bless our veterans, and God bless the United States of America. We're out of here.
Amen. Cheers.
Have a great weekend, everybody.